Hi guys, my name is Jody Harper. Right here is my lovely co-host or host.
Treasure Aniki, that is my name.
Yes. Guys, welcome to our podcast. We're so excited about this. We literally talked about this like a week ago.
Literally a week ago, we're like, you know what? We should do something like this.
Yeah.
And like, why not?
Why not? Because Treasure and I, we're just talking about like lots of random stuff. We have lots of different opinions, and then he's from the newer age, guys, like lack of wisdom, chat GP generation, and
Lack of wisdom. What are you
You
talking
know,
about?
I'm from the generation where we didn't use chat GTP or whatever,
I'm
right?
not, I didn't say anything that has to do with ChatGPT. What do you
No,
mean?
no, no. Like even today, because guys, one thing, make sure that you're not using chat GTP.
Yeah, but there's standardized exams and stuff, and you can't use ChatGPT on a standardized exam and like to study. You have to know this stuff. And
Okay.
if you're committing to a career like that, it's morally and ethically, it's something that I know, hey, I don't want to end up, you know,
Okay.
killing somebody because I
Yeah.
use
You better
ChatGPT.
because I'm like,
Literally.
regardless of that, I'm like, Treasure got money. Like, don't
Who,
don't let him fool you.
who told you that? It's just my name. The name throws people off. I don't know why my parents gave me that name, to be honest. But
I like it though. I
yeah,
think
I like it too. I appreciate it.
it suits you.
Okay.
Maybe it's a name where I was drawn to you. So we know each other now for how long?
I think it's been like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
been. So, guys, I have been his hairstylist and I've also been his counselor. Yeah, I watched him and I walked him through his first heartbreak. He sure has grown though.
Yeah, this is true. She's seen me through many things. I've been there for you too.
True.
I've had my ears open and you've shared your experience also with me. But
Yeah,
yeah, we've been through it. We've been through it definitely
yeah,
from the beginning.
yeah.
And yeah,
Yeah, a long time ago. But guys, our podcast is meant we'll be talking about lots of different things, lots
yes,
of different topics.
yeah,
We're not gonna shy away from anything.
nope.
And we want suggestions from you as well.
Uncensored, uncensored.
Uncensored.
Come on now. I met you, what, it's like 2019-ish,
Mm-hmm.
and then now look, this where we're at right now. This is different place from where I first met you, and you're a
Yeah,
different woman than the woman I met
true. One hundred
on that very
percent, one
first
hundred
day.
percent,
So, how did you get here? Honestly.
Um, growth. I read a lot. I manifest a lot.
Hmm.
For the past couple of years, I've been on like a really, really spiritual journey,
Yeah.
which I think helped me to overcome and to be, where I'm at. And as we go further into this podcast, different series, you'll get to know me more, understand my journey, because, we'll be talking about lots of different topics that I can relate to, Treasure can relate to,
Yeah.
and you'll get a fully sense of who we are,
Hmm.
where we're from, and what we're about.
Yeah.
But for now, I'm Jody. I'm the owner of Bella Vita Hair Salon. I'm a career woman as well, separate and apart from being a entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And Treasure right here is a student.
Yes, I am studying sciences. I graduated from my undergrad, Bachelor of Human Kinetics, last year. Since then, I've actually continued pursuing education, expanding my knowledge in sciences, some biology, chemistry, biochem, and see where that takes me.
Yeah.
Um, but you threw a shot. You threw a shot just there. You said that my generation lacks wisdom and insight.
I didn't
You
necessarily,
said that.
I didn't
That's what I
say that.
heard.
What I meant to say was that, you guys have Chat GTP,
ChatGPT.
and I feel like because my generation didn't have the luxury of that. I just feel like we're way smarter.
Interesting. But AI literally just came out probably in the last like 2 years or so. It's became popular. So like what grade school and whatnot, it's not like we
But you
had
guys are
that.
you guys at Google. Google is just as smart as AI.
That's true. Google is an AI on its own. But don't you think that makes us smarter because we can access information quicker and use it
Mm-mm.
to,
Because you guys are just you Google something right now. Be honest. You Google something,
yeah.
um, you know, you read it and it's gone because you know that it's there. It's not intentional to like
Hmm.
remember what it is, but because you know that Google is always there, you guys don't try to understand really what it is.
Okay. Don't you think that with a lot of information and knowledge you gain, it's about how you apply it and use it? Like I can read something and then you've probably read or seen some stuff that you've forgotten, right? But when you use it, then you see actual practice how it like
There,
helps and
there,
whatnot.
there, there's some ring of truth, but I just feel like my generation will literally went to the library, sorry, and did a research, write it out, and I feel like writing things out too is more reinforcing than reading it on a
A hundred
screen.
percent, a hundred
Yeah,
percent.
yeah.
Research does back that writing things out definitely
hmm
helps you digest it better and take it
hmm
in.
Because where do you store your notes?
On
In
my
your
notes
phone
app,
or on your
on my computer, I use
see?
OneNote. There's
And I
different
have my
apps.
journal, a literal book.
No, but then when I am studying, when I want to really get things in, I do write some points out.
Okay,
Yeah.
you better.
Okay.
Because I do not want a chat GTP sergeant
Fair
among
enough.
us.
I respect that.
But I have faith in you though.
Neither would I. That's the thing. I also wouldn't want a chat GPT surgeon.
Okay.
But wait, I feel like you use Google to what brand your business. Do you not
Not
learn new
necessarily.
things from
No.
Googling
I'm still
stuff?
old school.
Okay,
I'm still really, really old school. I still read. I'm a part of the Kenona Library, believe it or not.
okay, okay.
hmm
That's interesting. I really, I don't, I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong. Like,
Treasure.
yes, we have access to all these resources, but it's about how we use them.
Okay.
So you can use them to copy and paste questions, copy and paste this and that, or you can get your information all in one page. Ask ChatGPT, make me a quiz, make me a study note or a study sheet.
Yeah, I agree though that, we can make our life easier, but I think we kind of like abuse it a little bit. But you're right in some sense, Treasure. Like I will agree with you to a certain extent, but I still believe that my generation is just pure wisdom.
Really
And as we get on in our podcast and all that, it will be proven.
interesting, interesting, interesting,
hmm
interesting.
So, Treasure, tell me.
I don't, because I want to rebuttal, I want to, but I just don't want to say anything, you know?
No, no, no. Say it. Say it. Say it.
Don't you think as time goes on, as people, society, we've gotten more technological, more educated, and like research and stuff.
One
And
hundred percent.
don't you think AI, Google, and the internet has allowed us to get further quicker?
Absolutely. But you know what? I'm going to give an example. When he was going through his heartbreak, he couldn't Google it, right? He couldn't Google that shit to help him get over that. He couldn't like, you know, went through that process, right? He couldn't Google that or hear that. And that comes back to we are just more knowledgeable. We're
Mm,
just more, we just have more wisdom.
okay. And the thing is, honestly, I pride myself on being an individual with wisdom. And that wisdom, I could say, is imparted on me from those, my elders, so to speak, my parents, my
Yeah.
grandparents, and whatnot.
I was
Um,
just about to say, tell us, sister, like, where you from? Like, when did you weren't
my
born here,
story.
right?
No, I was not born in Canada. I was born in South Africa and then moved to Saskatchewan. I think I was about 4, 5 years oldish. My parents immigrated technically and then worked there for a while, moved to Alberta after that, and then came to BC for high school. And I've been here since, really. It's been a okay trajectory, no complaints, you know.
Would you like BC, Alberta? Would you like
Probably BC,
BC?
yeah, probably BC.
Yeah,
A shout out to my Albertans though, because I know you guys love your Alberta. So do I. I love Alberta as well. But right now, BC is beautiful. Got the sun, got the mountains, and Jody's in BC also. So,
yeah. Like, I migrated to Canada 2008.
hmm,
I came here for school originally,
yeah,
and then I just came straight to Kelowna, and I just didn't leave after that. And everyone asks, you came from Jamaica straight to Kelowna? Because everyone knows Toronto, Vancouver, those bigger cities. But I've grown to love the city. It's very nature,
yeah,
and that's what I like.
yeah,
But ever since then, I didn't leave. I just, started my family. I have a son,
yeah.
and all that.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So you're saying your generation is smarter than my generation because you guys didn't have access to the internet, AI, and whatnot.
Yeah, I think we are.
Mm,
Yeah, we are.
smarter.
Not necessarily smarter. We just have more wisdom.
What is wisdom to you?
Wisdom is we just have more life experience just because we have to literally feel it, go through it. You know, when we study, we study. We just don't Google. We have to literally like retain it, right? As opposed to you guys, you can be in a classroom having a presentation and has a screen right there that you can read out of.
Mm.
We have to like literally memorize.
As a student and as someone who has matured a little bit, you are right. It is very easy for us to Google or AI answers to anything and everything and then copy and paste. You can even ask ChatGPT, make it sound like a human, make it sound normal, you know? And then AI will make it sound like a human. But as someone, again, with hopefully somewhat of a moral standard, I know that I'm getting educated to then give back to society in one way or another. And then that will hopefully help me out too a little bit. So, with that end goal in mind, I think our generation is aware that we don't use it just to get the job done. We can use it to help us do a better job and faster. If that makes sense.
True. Like, I mean, I appreciate the Gen Z. And I think to our generation, to the millennials, contributed to technology,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
But I just think our generation works harder than Gen
You guys
Z.
always say
But it's
that.
true, though.
Times
It's
are different.
true.
Times are different. Works harder. How so?
You know
Like,
what? I, every time I joke about it, Gen Z has this luxury. Oh, I'm not coming into work today because my puppy died, right? And they feel entitled because their puppy died or something happened. They can't come into work. And no offense to the dog lovers, but I'm just saying, like my generation, like that's an excuse. Or the perfect example, they're gonna reach a point where, oh, I woke up this morning, the sun is too hot outside, I don't feel like coming into work. And then all of a
Jody,
sudden
Jody.
it's like we have to respect how you wake up and feel in the morning. Like
Mm. What
that's how
you're
we,
Gen Z and I'm what, millennial?
no, I am
You're millennial. I'm
and
Gen Z.
you're Gen Z.
Okay, so I'm here now on this stage representing Gen Z. That's crazy. And to all my Gen Zers who are watching, I know right now I'm not doing us justice. Because, to be honest, I have classmates, I have people around me that I've talked to, people that help me out and teach me things. And these kids are geniuses. They're wise beyond years. They'll explain stuff to me without even thinking twice. I myself, I think I'm an intelligent man. But all I'm saying is we are more than just what meets the eye. And it's not just me. All of us together, I feel like we're more powerful than your generation ever was.
I don't know.
I think we can get more done, we can go farther and do it more efficiently as
I
well.
don't know.
Whatever it is.
Getting it done efficiently, that doesn't mean that, it doesn't really mean anything.
Really.
But I will stand and I will support the millennials 100%. We're the
Yeah.
better generation. We're the best generation. We have so much wisdom. The fact that we didn't have to rely on
Okay.
technology for anything makes
Bring
us
your top
super.
millennials. I'll bring my top Gen Z and then we'll fight.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready, Treasure. I am ready.
And honestly, I do respect your generation because you guys set a foundation, you guys set a precedent,
Hmm.
and without you guys, without parents and everything, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't have the opportunities that we have.
Hmm.
So shout out to all you guys. I appreciate it. But those opportunities and everything that you set us up with is for us to use, right? To then build more and go farther. I work in research right now, and the stuff I see everybody in the lab doing or hear of other labs doing
Hmm.
and see at conferences, it's crazy. It's crazy stuff, like groundbreaking technologies, stuff that we probably won't see day to day for another 10 years or something like that because for some reason science just takes time like that.
And I'm gonna give Gen Z their props in terms of always thinking outside of the box. And as I said before, the millennials still contributed to technology, and we passed the baton on to you guys for you to finish the leg run.
Hmm.
And you guys are doing a great job in terms of like, things are more easily accessible and all that, because of the mindset and all that that you guys have.
Yeah.
But I just still feel like our generation is just the absolute best. I just stand on that. Sorry.
Uh, you're right.
Mhm.
Sometimes you just have to accept that you're wrong, sometimes. Because rather than arguing, I was always taught by my father that within an argument, nobody wins. So the best way to win an argument is to not start one in the first place. But this conversation, this back and forth, is a good thing because it really opens me up to see like this is how you see me, this is how you see us, this is how you look at us, and
I still
and then in the future you want us to take care of you, but this is how you want to speak about us,
Treasure,
Jody.
come on no,
Come on,
Treasure. You're taking it too personal.
fuel the flame. Come on.
No, no, no. I must say,
Too personal.
no, with all seriousness, like, I have a little faith in the Gen Z, given the fact that they're more exposed to stuff that we millennials didn't get exposed to.
Yeah,
You guys are better equipped with tools, better tools to get the job done
true.
right. And I do believe in science,
Yep.
and I do believe in technology.
Thank you for
No,
letting us
no,
know. Yeah.
no doubt. So I do have faith in you.
Yeah.
And I tell him to, though, as a black man aspiring to be, where he wants to go. Like, I'm proud of him,
Yeah.
because some Gen Z, because they take life lightly. They do not want to work. They don't want to do a lot of stuff because
Yeah.
they feel so entitled.
Mhm.
So I'm proud of Treasure,
Yeah.
and also, two guys, I told him, because he's tall, dark, and handsome, like, he's gonna have lots of, like, people just want to see him, and
Okay.
you know,
Okay,
and and
Jody.
and maybe I would have to teach him how to, like, overcome that, because
Okay,
Gen Z
Jody.
doesn't
Yeah,
know
yeah,
how
yeah.
to
Yeah, to
do
deal with
that
that
stuff.
stuff. Um, but yeah, I guess exposure, the fact that we're able to see a lot more and do a lot of things, and me personally, from my upbringing, that's a privilege, I guess, to be exposed to the world that's around.
Yeah.
And again, I have this privilege because of my parents who are your generation. So shout out to
Hmm.
you guys again,
Thank you, thank you.
10 times over.
Hmm.
Um, and going further, I think, yeah, just acknowledging that we both have our differences.
Hmm.
You appreciate certain things
Hmm.
in terms of the society around you, and we appreciate certain things and we show them differently, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And we work hard. We work hard. One big thing is having too many options or too many different paths leads to decision fatigue.
Yeah.
I know it's a privilege to be able to say, "Oh, I don't know what to do." It's a
Yeah.
privilege because sometimes my dad would say, "Oh, I'm here because I had no choice. This is what
Hmm.
um, I found, and I was lucky that I fell in love with it."
Hmm.
So for us to be able to look around and be like, "Okay, this is what I'm going to commit to," that's an individual's choice.
Yeah.
And it's not supposed to be easy. Like you said, it's not supposed to be easy, and it isn't. Curriculums change and get harder, and yeah.
Well, I hope they uphold the integrity.
Hmm.
I saw this video. I meant to send it to you, where this guy went to a doctor,
Yeah.
and the doctor was using
Here,
chat
let me search it up real quick.
using ChatGPT to, like, look at his diagnosis,
Yeah,
right? So I'm just hoping
that is
that,
scary.
yeah, that is
That is
scary.
scary.
So, I'm just hoping that, you guys will uphold
The integrity of,
integrity
yep.
of what doctors should be, or professionals should be,
Hmm.
not, like, skipping over
Yeah.
hurdles to get there, but actually facing
Yep.
the hardship and
Hmm.
everything to get there.
And to be honest, as I've been studying my sciences and whatnot, there's an MCAT. It's called a Medical College Admissions Test. It's a standardized exam.
Mhm.
You sit down for 8 hours.
Mhm.
Asks you biology, science, physics, chemistry, sociology, psychology,
Mhm.
puts it all together. As I've been reading and studying that content, the way it brings everything together and you understand how you work from a proton, an electron, all the way out to the macro level, it's enjoyable. It's kind
Okay.
of fun. Like, it's kind of fun. I know it sounds a little bit nerdy or, yeah, but it's kind of fun to be able to understand why I feel this way, why somebody acts a certain way, how do I heal when I get a cut. It's fun. I really think it's
Mm.
fun to understand the mechanisms of which let us sit here today,
See,
talk,
true doctor
and
right here.
do
I
stuff
couldn't
like
be a
this.
doctor because I don't find that fun.
You could though. You could.
Mm.
Anybody, whatever you want to do, you want it to be a successful entrepreneur, own your own business, travel the world with your son, and have property. And you did that. You did that because that's
Yeah,
what you wanted to
yeah, that's
do.
what I wanted to do.
You did that.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
At any point in your life, did you ever, as a kid, did you see this?
As a kid, based on my upbringing, because I wasn't privileged, but at the same time, I wasn't like 100% poor, poor, poor. But I knew from the get-go that I wanted something better for myself,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was, but I just knew that I wanted something better for myself.
Mm,
At a very young age, I got the opportunity to come to Canada, and I just took it and I ran with it.
yeah.
And I am grateful of where I am today. And I used to get anxiety about not being where I want to be in a given moment.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes you'll wake up and be like, oh shit, I should be doing more for myself. But, it takes a lot of growth to remind yourself
Hmm.
you are where you're supposed to be in this present moment.
That's
Like,
true. That's true.
but with that being said, yeah, I didn't see myself, but as you channel through life, it kind of like you find your purpose and your career path.
Yeah.
Like, I do accounting slash tax as my career, and then I run my own business and whatnot.
Woo!
Yeah. So I didn't know what I wanted to be, but this is where destiny
Yeah.
brought me, and I love it. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
And you said that, learning how you heal is your passion, and that's good that you know
Yeah.
what you want.
Yeah.
Like, that's good because other people, whether at my age, your age, still can't figure out
Hmm.
what they really want. They don't know what their calling is.
Yeah, that's commitment. You have to commit. I always think to myself that I might be a little late into trying to do what I'm trying to do, but I think it's because
I don't think you're late.
I took my time to look around, kind of hang out and see things and experience things, and then decide, hey, this is where I want to put my head down and
Mhm.
drive. And again, my confidence and my perseverance is not just for me, it's from individuals or millennials like you
Mhm.
and all my
Give it
supervisors,
up
my
for
parents, all of you
the
guys
moment.
kind of empower us.
Mhm.
We feed off of you guys, literally and figuratively. And
Mhm.
like going back to let me defend medicine a little bit because you're saying, oh, the
No,
integrity of the profession,
no.
this and that. Admissions are very rigorous nowadays to the
Mhm.
point where that's why I haven't committed until now. I'm almost 30 that I
Mhm.
haven't said, okay, I want to do this for sure. Because I'm like, am I good enough? Can I really do it? But it's
Mhm.
like, if you really want it, then you better figure it out
Mhm.
one way or another.
Maybe did you
Exams, interviews,
but let me ask you
more
this.
interviews.
But let me ask you this though. Did you think that maybe back in the day
Yeah,
you felt that it would just come like that? You weren't ready to commit to the work? Why it took you so long?
yeah. I'm
Or
not.
you felt like
It's
it should
gonna
be
happen
you should
anyways.
happen anyhow?
Hell no,
Okay.
hell no. My parents, I could say, yeah, those. My dad specifically, my mom too. My mom too is always, yeah. My dad specifically has always harped on read your book,
Okay.
knowledge, this and that, this and that.
Because your dad is a
Um,
doctor, right?
he is. He's a family physician in Alberta, one of the
Mhm.
best in the city. In fact, he says it too. He's like, Treasure, listen, I might not be the best in the city, depending who you ask. But what I do is I show up every single day, give my best effort, and see each and one of my patients. Some people don't like him because he takes too long. And
Mhm.
then there's a little line outside. He takes too long talking to people
Okay.
and getting to hear what they got going on.
Mhm.
Um, but that's something I appreciate about him. He takes time to sit down and actually see you and talk to you. Besides your illness or what's wrong, he sees you and then dissects things
Mhm.
out a little bit.
But it's from your dad telling you didn't feel like it's gonna be handed to you because your dad,
No,
yeah.
no. You say, "Oh, Treasure got Mike." I'm broke, Jody. I'm broke. I'm broke. I'm just
Yes,
handsome.
you,
I'm just
you
handsome.
understand?
That's why you think I got money because I'm just handsome. I'm broke.
You understand? So,
Exactly. Exactly.
treasure, you're a starving
Man,
student.
man, for real. But I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it because I understand there's phases to life,
Mhm.
and I'm not in a crazy rush anywhere. And I'm
Mhm.
fortunate and privileged to be able to say that because I know some
Mhm.
people are in a rush. Some people have to do it now and get
Mhm.
it done now. But the fact that I can kind of look at things and then take it step by step, I'm lucky for, and I'll continue this way because so far so good. I think,
Mhm.
depending who you ask.
Yeah. So I hope this will give you like a background of who we are, where we're from and where we're heading.
Yeah.
And, we'll be talking about a lot of other interesting topics
Mhm.
of so many things
Yep.
that we're going to be having, and we want to include our audience
Yep.
too
Yep.
to get it going. And we want it to be fun,
Yeah.
engaging, and, everything in between.
Mhm.
And let us know too what sort of topics you want us to discuss and talk about because there's so many things going on right now that we can talk about.
No, seriously,
Yeah,
seriously.
yeah, and I like this for us because Treasure and I is always on the opposite side of things, and I like that for us.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we're not on the opposite side of
Yeah,
things,
yeah.
but I can say that I personally do like to, poke and figure out holes and,
He likes to poke the bear.
no, 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 no. I just like to see how we can look at things differently, why this is the way it is, how could it be better, or yeah, just entertain different thought patterns is what I like to
Mm,
do, if that makes sense.
yeah,
Entertain, not necessarily commit to them and say, okay, today we're going to close the borders. No, no, no. Just, consider it, think about it. Okay, what if we open them up completely and let everybody in? What would happen? That's what I like to do, if that
yeah.
makes sense.
No, but yeah,
um,
we're looking forward to. What are we gonna do? Like every week, every 2 weeks? Like what are we gonna do?
we can discuss a schedule for sure.
Mhm.
Every week would not be bad because I spend most of the week studying, weekends work a little bit.
Mhm.
So yeah, and depending on what you guys want also, once we gain more traction and
Yeah.
you guys show us what you enjoy, what you don't enjoy, and show love, then we can supply.
Okay.
Supply and demand, supply and demand.
Yeah. But one topic I wanted to talk about because I don't think I get a satisfaction whenever I talk about it, and I'm gonna start. We might not be able to like complete it today,
Mm,
but once we drop this video, hopefully you guys will give your input and we can continue and then we can move on.
yeah,
Treasure,
yep.
as an handsome guy that you are, right?
I'm like a
Attractive,
seven,
over
maybe
6 feet,
6'3".
yeah,
Yep.
and you have a girlfriend, right? And not saying that I don't, but you have a girlfriend,
No, I don't.
okay? But
I
if you
don't have a
if you have
girlfriend.
if you have a girlfriend,
Yeah.
do you think she can maintain a male best friend?
She can maintain a male best friend.
Yeah. Do you think she can have a male best friend? Do you think she can generally say to you, Treasure, this is my bestie, and
Mm,
he's a guy.
mm,
And given the fact that you're handsome, you're
mm-hmm.
tall,
Yep.
you're confident,
Yeah.
right?
Yep. I'm a
And
little nervous right now because I'm not used to this, but like besides that, I'm usually all right. Yeah. Sorry for
right,
interrupting.
given that you're all of that,
Yep. Yes.
that a woman would want,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Would
You
she
are
be
so
able to?
flattering.
Would
Giving
you?
compliments and like telling people good things is free. And honestly, that's an amazing quality that you have, Jody. So I'd like to highlight that. And everybody
Okay.
out there, if you got people in your life that you care about, whisper positive things into
Yeah.
them. And you never know what will happen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is
That's true.
amazing.
But
Are you
Treasure?
single?
Yeah, I am single.
Actually?
Yeah, I
Okay.
am single.
Okay. Have you eaten today?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Hmm.
All right. Have you eaten tomorrow?
Tomorrow, but arrive at Treasure.
Okay, we'll see. We'll talk about it. Sorry, continue.
But as I was saying, being your confident self, right?
Yep.
And you were to have a girlfriend,
Yeah. Would I entertain her having a male
a male best
best
friend,
friend?
or do you think a female can have a male best friend where they legitimately is not attracted to each other?
Mm.
Can they hang out together?
Yeah.
Can they sleep in the same bed and not be sexually attracted? That's
he
a legitimate. That's
he
a legit.
doesn't he doesn't have a bed?
No, I mean like, what if she's having a meltdown, and he goes up. You don't think male best friends like that exist?
No, no. They can definitely sleep in the same bed, but she can never touch my bed ever again. That's for sure. Yeah.
No, Treasure.
To I can say more, and honestly, I think we should definitely dive into this one a bit more in future episodes. But for the time being, I've never seen my mom hang out with her guy friends one on one without my pops. Um, I have female friends myself, and if I were to get in a relationship, I don't think I'd be sleeping in a bed with my female friends. Like what? I wouldn't be
Okay,
sleeping in a bed with them anyways.
but Treasure, let me ask you this:
Hmm.
do you have any female friend that you just see them as a sister and genuinely not attracted to them in that way?
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So what's the difference if, maybe you guys are hanging out, you fell asleep on the couch together? Like, what's wrong with that?
Man, Jody, we'll talk about it.
Okay. Well, see, I have males best. I have male best
And
friend.
you sleep in the bed with them?
Well, when I was
And you're single
no
also?
no no no. Of course. Listen, listen.
Okay.
When I was going to teachers college back in Jamaica, right? I had a friend. We used to room together, and he's my best friend, right? And
What
when
do you mean
one
room
day
together?
we were roommates.
Like you shared the same room?
No, we're living in the same house.
Okay.
He has his own room. I have my own room.
Okay.
And
So you weren't sleeping in the same bed?
no, but numerous of time I'll go in. If he's doing something, I'll lie there
Mm.
beside him,
Okay.
and he's doing something on his phone
Yep.
and whatnot, or he's telling me a story about one of his hookups.
Yeah.
Because we're just friends. And when we were having this conversation, because I didn't realize that people see that weird for females to have male best friends, I phoned him and I said, would you date me? And he said, you're like my sister. And everyone hear him say that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And he said he also, to validate his point, because everyone else was like, no, you can't have a female best friend, or a female cannot have a male best friend.
Yeah.
They're some way attracted to you or whatever. If you know, if you initiate that, they won't say no. But I'm like, no, there's genuinely people out there guys out there that I think is my best friend that would do that. And he said, I knew Jody when Jody was young, didn't have kids, she was in her prime, with nice boobs, nice ass and everything. And
Hey
back then
Carla,
I
you're
didn't.
just touching your prime now. You're just wait. What time is it? You're not yet even. Not yet even. Look at the time. You're not even there yet. Pretty soon. You're close though.
And he's like, I didn't see her in that, like, so now I just see her as like family.
Hmm.
So I genuinely feel
Yeah.
that a male can have a female best friend that he's not attracted to at all.
Yeah.
But we'll go into it further in our next episode.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, and we'll be talking about lots of other stuff, lots of other interesting stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyways, everybody, thank you for tuning in to our very first podcast. We don't have a
We
name.
don't even have a name yet.
No.
But what do you, yeah, you can throw some suggestions at us while we
Exactly.
figure it out.
Exactly. We're
Would
open to
appreciate, yeah.
ideas.
Hmm.
J and T, T and J. You know. And Jody, I appreciate you
I
um,
appreciate you too.
being here, having this conversation with me, inviting me, and having me be your co-host.
No,
Um,
I'm your co-host. You're the host. Your
okay.
treasure.
Okay. You're right. If a girl says something, she's always, or a woman, she's always right. Just say she's right. That's it. That's a tip. That's a tip for the boys. Anyways, um, please, guys, if you enjoyed what you heard or had a little laugh, like and subscribe down below. Don't feel shy to put a comment down asking us a question. You want to know more about Jody or myself. We're open and excited to connect and hopefully grow with you guys.
Hmm. Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Like, share, as Treasure said, and lots of more fun topics. I think we'll get into stuff where things maybe can get emotional, because I'm open to talking about everything,
Mm,
stuff that is really funny, controversial stuff.
yep.
No judgment or anything. We want it to be a safe space. And hopefully too we can get some very interesting guests too, that we can
Yeah.
share insights with
Oh,
about.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
different ideas, maybe. Yeah. Anyways, thanks, guys.
Thanks guys, bye,
Bye.
see you.